The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at 260-421-1250.
Let me be your lighthouse so I can show you the way. Let me be your shining light, I'll keep you from drifting away. I'm the one that makes you try when...
Hello, this is Patty Hunter, Patty's Page. Today at our home studio is our guests and friends, Mayor Joe Kelsey and his wife Monica Kelsey. Welcome, all the way from Woodburn, and we're in Fort Wayne. Anyway, so I'm glad you guys came to our abode to do a show with us.
Well, thanks for having us.
Yes. So, what have you been up to? I mean, I understand that you have Safe Haven baby boxes. Remember the last time we were on?
Last time we were on, I
about
believe
a
we
year.
we only had 2 active boxes at that time.
Mm-hmm.
And currently we have 5 active boxes now in 2 different states. And we're working with 14 additional locations.
So, where will they be?
Right now, Indiana, Ohio, and Pennsylvania.
So, are you trying to work around the whole nation?
Every state.
So, how long have you been doing baby box? Safe Haven baby box?
Since 2014 is when we started, and then we installed the first boxes in 16. Saved our first baby in 17, and here we are in 18.
So, how many babies again have you
We've
saved?
had 3 in our boxes and 42 safe surrenders at hospitals by
Okay.
handing children over.
Thank
So
God.
yeah, it's a
You
good thing.
guys are miracle workers.
Well, Patty, I'll tell you, some days we don't want to get out of bed.
Especially today, it's freezing.
It's freezing out, but you know, I don't think Joe and I would know what to do if we weren't so busy.
So, Joe, you're the mayor already.
Yes.
So, how long have you been mayor? A couple of years?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, 3 years.
Already? When's it up?
Election is 2019.
Oh, that's
that'll be
next
coming
year. So, oh my goodness, I hope you get reelected.
up. Well, thank you. Time goes by so fast, I can't believe it.
How have you been with your job as mayor? I mean, what's your duties and everything like that?
Overseeing the day-to-day operations of the city. Listen to what customers, I was in the business world for so long, what residents say about improvements that need to be made. And we work with legislators and our council does. We work with legislators.
So, you have
and
counselors
residents
for.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we have 3 police officers,
Mm-hmm.
and we have 4 people in our public works department. And there's also city council. They don't work for me, but they work with me.
Mm.
So we're a small community, but we're growing, and we're doing lots of good things, hopefully, to improve quality of life in Woodburn and in the area. So.
Do you still do reserve?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, sure do. Just got back from a month's worth of training 2 weeks ago. So.
With all the fire over and everywhere else, and snow disasters and floods, it's good to have you be on our team.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
So how did you meet this wee lassie?
Well, we
That might not be good for TV.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
I won't call her that, but gosh, we met over 20 years ago.
20 years.
We'll be married 20 years in January.
We met in Cincinnati, Ohio, of all
That
places.
is so cool. We okay. Anyways, with your Safe Haven baby boxes, you have saved, I do believe, like you said before, 3 or 4?
We've had 3 in boxes and 42 safe surrenders, so a total of 45.
45.
45.
Oh my goodness.
The last one was 2 weeks ago in Greenville, South Carolina.
In South Carolina.
Yeah, even though we don't have boxes in those states, our 800 number is nationwide, so women call us from every state in this country.
That's good.
And since there are no boxes there yet, we have to coach them into going into a facility and surrendering their child. And we've been able to do that 42 times in the last 2 years.
So, who works for you?
We have a whole team that works
That's
for
good.
me. And most of us are volunteer. Actually, all of us are volunteer currently. And but next year we have to grow.
Yes.
We're doing way too much with not enough people, and I think it's kind of holding us back a bit. And when you look at the pro-life side of things, we have a Supreme Court judge now that is a pro-life judge, and
Good.
we might be on the path of overturning Roe v. Wade and then it going back to the states, for the abortion. Well, these boxes, Patty, are going to be pivotal at that point because women cannot go to abortion facilities in major cities then and have an abortion. So they're going to be forced to carry these children. And the problem is we're not changing the culture, we're changing the laws. So women are still going to have sex, they're still going to get pregnant, but what are they going to do? That's why these boxes are so pivotal at this time. Because when we do overturn Roe v. Wade, and I don't think it's going to be this year, I don't think it's going to be next year, but I do think it's going to be in my lifetime.
In our lifetime, yes.
And when that happens, these boxes have to be put in place and active and ready so that we don't have infanticide happening all over this country where women are killing these children, throwing them in dumpsters to hide their sexual behaviors that they've had.
So, we need education.
Education, awareness of the safe haven law. We need to empower the women of this generation that there's so many great things out there that abortion is not one of
It's
them.
bad news.
Yeah.
I mean, Planned Parenthood is really trying to strike back.
Well, you got to remember, Planned Parenthood is in the business of making money. And when we knock them off their pedestal and their money goes down, they're going to fight, just like anybody would, to keep their business alive. Unfortunately, they're in the business of killing kids. So,
I can't understand the logic, why they're doing it. I know money, but how can we help our mums and dads? What can you do how do you counsel them?
Well, it starts with education.
Education.
Yeah, and empowering these women to make
Right.
better choices for them and their child. Telling a woman that it's better for her to kill her child is not empowering her at all.
No, it's a victim.
And it doesn't take care of the problem either. I mean, if a woman was raped or something like that, and she's told that an abortion will be the solution to all her problems, it's not going to be.
It's
She's
not.
going
It's going to be worse.
carry that for the rest of her life.
It's because taking it out on the kid who is innocent,
Right.
So when you're doing education, helping the people, especially the moms and dads, to be less promiscuous.
Mhm.
I mean, is the church helping your organization? You go to churches?
I go to a lot of churches and speak, and most of it is on my own personal story, and then also the baby boxes.
Yes.
But I don't think the churches are doing enough. I think they could do more. I think they try to take a political exit, per se, where they don't want to get into the politics of it, so they don't want to rock any boat, and they're not pushing the no abortion. That the Bible says that we're fearfully and wonderfully made, knit in our mother's wounds and made in the image of God. And that doesn't just talk about the wanted children.
Yeah.
That's all
And
children.
everyone.
Yeah, but the Bible is, or the churches can do more. We can do more. I think.
So we have to go to our pastors and priests and rabbis and tell them, just because we're congregation in the church, we do make mistakes.
Mhm.
And there are people in the congregation who do get pregnant.
Oh yeah.
And the leaders, the spiritual leaders, should be sensitive enough and to be able to counsel with them and be gentle with the moms because they're confused and all that, and they're scared. And if they're afraid to go up to their leader, spiritual leader, then how's there going to be any hope? And I was asked the question, okay, you save the babies. What happens to them afterwards they're born? Who's going to take care of them? And all that. I get a lot of people arguing with me. Abortion, at least you get rid of the problem. But what about the people that grow up and they're in poor cities and all that sort, and they're suffering? Why make them suffer instead of aborting them?
Well, you've got two parts to your
Question.
to your question, and I can tell you that a newborn child, will be adopted 100% of the time. A child in this country will be adopted 100% of the time. The children who have been taken away from their parents because the parents, for whatever reason, couldn't or didn't want to care for their child,
Right.
those children aren't getting adopted because the mothers, the parents tried. They thought, well, I could do it, but I can't do it, so I'm just going to let the foster care system take custody of my child and have somebody else raise it. If those parents would have said at the beginning, I want what's best for my child, and it's not me.
Yeah.
And let that child be adopted, that child would have been adopted. But you've got apples and oranges here, because the older children, you're absolutely right. They're not getting adopted. That's a whole nother issue in our country. But the newborns, you're not going to find a newborn in this country that's not been adopted. Safe haven babies, immediately. I've never seen a case where a safe haven baby has not been adopted immediately.
That's
And so that you got two parts to that. And then you also said something about, these children being raised in poverty. So death is better?
that's the,
I know. People are asking you these questions, but that would be what I would ask them is death better? Who are you to decide whose life is worth saving?
It's God who decides.
Absolutely.
God gave life and God takes life. No one else has that right to do.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, nice and warm. So, this is Christmas. And what will you be doing for Christmas?
Staying with friends and family.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to be doing. We do every year.
Or
Not planning any big vacations or anything, but we're learning to appreciate our family and the things we've been through over the past few years. We love being able to just say we're close with our family,
That's good. What are you going to have for Christmas? Food.
Dinner.
Dinner?
Man.
Come on, woman.
Those are the questions that probably my mom would be the one to answer, because she's in charge.
Oh, is she?
Yeah, she tells us what we're bringing.
So,
but
do you open your gifts Christmas Eve?
the last couple of years we've let our son was gone for a couple of years, and so this is the first year that we're going to have him back. But last year we did let Alexis open her gifts on Christmas Eve, and then we all slept in on Christmas. And I don't know, I think maybe this year we might stir it up a little bit and do Christmas morning. I mean, Alexis is 19, JJ's 22.
Oh my stars.
Yeah, we don't have any little kids. We don't have any grandkids.
Go to church and everything.
Yeah, so it's just kind of us, so we might have to stir things up and tell them they're going to wait till Christmas morning this year.
Oh, are they going to be disappointed?
Yeah.
Santa Claus might even need to stop and see them, even though they're all grown up too.
Yeah, we're not beyond that.
So what are you doing New Year's? Do you anything dancing?
We're not much partiers.
No,
we
we're
like to be at home.
That's good.
We like to sit at home and
Bring in the New Year.
Last year we tried to. I'm a member of the American Legion in Woodburn.
Are you?
And last year we thought we would try to help them because their membership is down. So we had a New Year's Eve party at the Legion. And it
Do
worked
you have
out pretty good.
fundraisers?
We do have fundraisers from time to time. You talking about with the Legion?
Yeah.
From time to time we do, yes. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Good
will
way
you
for
be having a Christmas party with your group from Safe Haven Baby Boxes company?
I'll tell you, our volunteers are spread out all over the country.
Oh, good.
So
I'm one of them.
yes, and so that would be kind of tough. That would probably cost a lot of money. So we're not about spending too much money on things that we shouldn't. So
It's good to know.
Yeah.
Christmas cards. And
We do have Christmas cards that we send out, and I know you'll get one, Patty. And
We're just so thankful of the board that we have with Safe Haven Baby Boxes.
Yeah.
We have a great group of people that all care about the mission.
different diversity as well. You know, you have, and we have Mrs. International is on our board, which you've met her,
Yes, she's very
Priscilla
nice.
Pruitt, and we have a paramedic on our.
Yeah.
We have a mayor on our board,
Mary
and
Jo.
we have a IT guy on our board. We have a speaker, Pam Stenzel. You know
Yep.
Pam. She's on
I
our
haven't
board.
seen her in a bit.
Yeah, she's on our board, and
She lives in Florida.
we have a business major that is she runs us now. I was being overwhelmed because we're growing way too fast, so we decided that we needed to get somebody to help me grow the business side of it, to where things were structured. And we've been blessed to be able to do that with one of our board members. So, we have a stay-at-home dad also. Yep.
Questione. What are you doing in the future with Safe Haven Baby Boxes?
Well,
the future.
the future is wherever Christ leads us.
Right on.
So I'm not sure where we're going to be next year. I just keep trying to follow the path that he lays for us. And I hope that we're in every state by the year 2025. I think every state needs to have Safe Haven Baby Boxes in
Yes,
their
I
fire
agree.
stations. And so that's a goal of ours. But if Christ has a different plan, then we'll walk his path.
It's up to him.
That's right. It's always up to him.
God is in control.
You can try to
That's for
get
sure.
off that path, but you're going to get
If
kicked
you're
right
off
back
the-
on.
Yeah. Come on.
He will remind you who's in control.
Yes. I noticed. But we love him. Jesus is Lord, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. What would you like to talk about to my audience to encourage them?
There's so much that we're blessed for, that we've been, the last couple of years have been kind of rough for our family with our
I'm
son's
sorry.
accident. But, we can't complain at all. Christ is really,
Well, that's kind of like being an American. Follow what you believe in.
As long as it's right.
Yeah, as long as it's right. We all want to be law-abiding citizens, but follow what you believe in. If you have a drive for something, a drive to do good, go for it.
Yeah, there's evil and good in everybody.
Yeah.
Thrive to be good. Do you have a website?
we
What
do.
is it?
SafeHavenBabyBoxes.com.
SafeHavenBabyBoxes.com.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
Are you on Facebook?
Yep, SafeHavenBabyBoxes.com, or Safe Haven Baby Boxes on Facebook. We're on Twitter at SafeHavenBox1. Social media is huge for us. That's where we try to reach the age group of the women who trust us under the Safe Haven law. And social media is huge. We actually have a social media guy that's all he does. Yeah,
Really?
he just posts for us and follows news stories.
Like a
and,
blog or something?
Yeah, we have a blog on our website now. So we're growing at a rapid rate, and we're trying to keep up. But Christ is in control, so we'll keep up as fast as He allows us to.
Do you have MP4s or something like that? YouTube?
We have a YouTube channel, Safe
YouTube?
Haven Baby Boxes. Yep.
How many of that do you have? How many videos do you have?
I don't know how many videos we have. We probably have, I don't know, maybe 20.
20?
Yeah, we have a lot of PSAs that we do, that we put on. But I'm not real sure exactly how many we have.
So is it basically you talking or Pam?
We have several different people. The first one we did has community leaders, has our police chief and a few other people talking on the
Knights
video.
of Columbus.
Knights of Columbus?
Yep. Yep. Scott Cunningham,
Yep.
Knights of Columbus,
Yep.
yes.
How can, with my show, what's, how can we help you? Really?
Just
My audience.
just continue to, your audience would probably be the educators,
Right.
the church leaders.
Yes.
And we need the awareness and education and advocates of the safe haven law. When a woman chooses a safe haven law, she's ultimately choosing adoption for her child, and
Right.
she's ultimately saving the life of her child. Because right now, you can go to any state and get an abortion, but these women are choosing life for their child and adoption for their child when they choose a safe haven law. So we have to, as a community, start talking up adoption. Adoption is not a bad thing. It's not a bad word.
It's not a bad word at
No,
all.
and some people think that, I hear this more times than not, Patty, where people say, I could never give my baby up,
Oh boy.
but then they choose abortion. So they're choosing death over life for their child because they could not give their child up. And
Well,
it's
it's not. I don't know.
we need to put women who put their children up for adoption on a selfless ladder, because the selfless decision that these women made to place their child in someone else's home for them to raise is the ultimate definition of selfless. Nothing else compares. I am blessed beyond belief that I was adopted.
That's good.
Yeah, and it's not a bad word.
It's actually someone chose you because they loved you.
Well, and my birth mom
Yes.
chose life for me.
And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you are chosen in a way from adoption family. And your mother, God rest her soul, she's a beautiful lady.
Yes, she is.
And I have one more question before we go. What happens to the mothers after they give out their children? Do they get counseling? Do you ever hear from them afterwards?
We do. We actually do hear from them, which is such a blessing, because I want to. That's where my heart is with the moms and walking alongside these moms, because my birth mom didn't have that. So I feel a sense of importance to be able to walk alongside these moms to give them the option that my birth mom didn't have. But yeah, we do hear from the moms, and there is counseling. There's counseling for birth moms. There's support groups. We have Pam Stenzel, who is a counselor for us.
Yeah.
And Christy Hoffaber, she's got a master's degree in counseling, and she's on our board of directors. So it is wrapped around counseling for these moms, because we know that this isn't an easy decision for them. And there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, but as long as they have someone by their side, which is us, we can help them get through anything.
And if they're abused, or that's the reason why they're giving up their children, they just want to get away from the whole thing, they get help with that as well.
Absolutely. There's so much resources out there that we can direct them to. So
That's
if you
true.
don't know of any resources, call us.
Yes. What's the
We
number?
will give you the resources that you need.
What's your number? Oh.
I gave you some of these today, Patty.
Yes, ma'am. It says, surrendering your newborn at a fire station delivers. No shame, no blame, and no names. Crisis? Call Safe Haven Baby Boxes 1-866-99-BABY1. And with this, we would like to say thank you for coming on to my show, you two.
Merry Christmas. Thank you,
Love
Patty.
you.
Thank you, Patty, for having us again.
And Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Anyway, this is Patty Hunter of Patty's Page. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. We'll see you next week. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
When a young girl is scared and feels alone, we want her to know that Safe Haven Baby Boxes is available and can help. When things seem like they couldn't get any worse, we want her to know that we are available. When she feels like her whole world has been turned upside down, we want her to know that we are available. Safe Haven Baby Boxes strives to make sure that you know there is help available if you find yourself in a crisis situation. We will not judge you, we will not shame you, but what we will promise is to help you. When a young woman calls our hotline, one of our counselors will answer the call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We can help a young mom find a crisis pregnancy center, an adoption center, or help her with a parenting plan. We can also give her locations where she can safely surrender her unharmed newborn, no questions asked. As a last resort, we can also send her to a state-approved Safe Haven Baby Box. Our Safe Haven Baby Boxes are located on the exterior wall of a building where a young mom can walk up to it, open the door, place her unharmed newborn inside, push the button, close the door, and walk away. There are 3 silent alarms that go off simultaneously, so if you forget to push the button, no worries. The automatic silent alarm has already been activated. As you walk away, we want you to know that help is already on the way. Your child will be picked up by an ambulance, taken to a hospital for evaluation, and placed with a forever family. If you are a woman in crisis and need to talk to our Safe Haven Crisis Line, call us at 1-866-99-BABY-1. Just remember our motto: no shame, no blame, no name. For more information, visit us at safehavenbabyboxes.com.
Godspeed.